So Vicki Napier is one of the people who's gone out into all the world, to that part of it called Merrylands, where she came from before. So I have a couple of questions that I'd like to ask you, Vicki. Why did you come to do the Bible and Ministry Diploma at Moore College?
Well, because I was at church at Merrylands, just doing ministry there, helping out however I could, teaching women the Bible and having every opportunity to share Jesus with people in Merrylands. I felt that I wanted to be better equipped to do that. I didn't have any plans to go into full-time ministry or anything like that, so I didn't actually think that Moore College was something that I should or even could consider. But it actually took a friend to just suggest it to me before I felt like I had permission to think that Moore College might be the place that I could go to be better equipped for ministry. So I started to investigate it. I prayed that God would make what I thought was impossible possible, and the rest is history.
So you had some expectations of what it would be like. How did it compare with your expectations?
I really wanted to know God better. I went to college loving Jesus with all my heart and didn't think it was possible to love him anymore. But the more you know about him, the more you love him. So I expected to go to college and know God's word better and be better equipped. But my expectations were surpassed, as you can imagine. I got to do all the really good subjects like New Testament and Old Testament and biblical theology and doctrine, things like that really got me into God's word. But I also got to do a lot of really practical classes in Bible and ministry, like lay ministry foundations and like clinical pastoral education, things that were really practical that I could just go back to my church and start using pretty much straight away. So it was awesome, yeah.
So it sounds like a lot of good things. Can you pick out one best one? And were there any, I suppose there were some hard things as well. Can you pick one best and one hardest?
I think the best thing was getting to know God better. Going to college day in and day out and having his word opened up to you and having some amazing lecturers do that for you. That was the best thing, getting to know God better. It was like a gift. I was given this gift of a year to go and study God's word. And I think the hardest thing was that sometimes that gift felt like punishment. It felt like discipline. So, and what I mean by that is, for those, I've got some friends here tonight. Thank you for coming. They know me very well and they know that I'm quite task-focused. So you give me a task to do and I'll do it. So if that's an assignment to write or an exam to prepare for, I'll focus on that. So I felt like I was too busy meeting deadlines to really focus on meeting people. So there were some wonderful people in my year and in the entire college, like-minded people who love Jesus and want to go and serve him. And I think the hardest thing for me was getting that balance between the work and the relationships.
So it's about a year since you began, and it's just a couple of months since you finished. Can you tell us something about an example of how you've been able to use what you've learnt?
Yeah, well, I got a career break from my work, which means they give you a year off to go and do whatever you want to do. So they don't pay you, but they keep your job available for you. And the funny thing about that is that people who get career breaks rarely return from those career breaks. They kind of just disappear into the ether. So I returned, which got people really interested in what I had actually done and why I actually returned to my job. So I've had plenty of opportunities to share the things that I've learnt and my faith with people at work. It's been a really great opportunity, and I pray that it continues.
Yeah. Who do you think should be coming to do the Diploma of Bible and Ministry at Moore?
Well, I spoke to my minister and his wife about this. They were a great support last year, Nathan and Elizabeth. And I said to Elizabeth, do you think it would be rude if I said anyone who loves Jesus and has a pulse should study? She said that would be rude, so I won't say that. I just encourage anyone who does want to be better equipped to serve God, and I would imagine that's everyone who loves Jesus. Every Christian would want to do that. So full-time study may not be your thing, but there might be part-time, there might be correspondence courses, something that you can do to understand God's word better. I was encouraged to consider college by a friend. So maybe you've got friends back at your church that you may want to encourage as well. So I think we should be encouraging one another to work hard at understanding God's word and also considering going ourselves. So.
Well, let's thank Vicki for sharing with us. Thanks, Vicki.
Thank you.